So, NFT sales in July 2025 hit a whopping $574 million, right? Which is the second highest monthly total this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's interesting because even though the overall transaction count dipped from 5.5 million to 5 million, the average sale value actually climbed to $113.08, the highest in 6 months.
Right. It's like, despite fewer transactions, buyers seem to be, consolidating their efforts, making larger, higher value purchases.
Yep, that consolidation is quite clear. That kind of suggests a shift in market behavior. Instead of a broad flurry of activity, a smaller group of buyers is really stepping up their game, yeah?
Exactly. It's like, well, fewer unique buyers, down to 713,085 from 860,134. But there's this uptick with unique sellers, now at 405,505, a 9%
That's a stark
month-over-month
contrast.
increase.
And speaking of contrasts, did you catch the surge in Ethereum's performance? Ether's price shot up to around $3,900, which is a 62% increase from August 1st price of about $2,400.
Yeah, that's a major factor, isn't it? Ether's surge seems to have really bolstered the NFT market, especially since all of the top 10 NFT collections by market cap are Ethereum based.
It feels like the unique attribute of blockchain technology is really at play here. Ethereum's strength not only pushed up its own value, but it also, inflated the valuations for its NFT collections.
Absolutely. It's like the engine behind the scene. When the fuel is top notch, the car just zooms ahead. And speaking of collections, CryptoPunks led the list in total value traded over the last 30 days with over $69.2 million.
Yeah, CryptoPunks are iconic in the space. But what caught my eye was Pudgy Penguins. It outpaced even CryptoPunks with a remarkable 65.44% surge in floor prices, which is pretty impressive, right?
Right, it's fascinating how even collections you might not expect to take off can suddenly skyrocket. Almost like they find their stride when market conditions are just right.
Absolutely, it's almost like a twist in a movie plot. But here's the thing, despite these rising average values and growth in select collections, isn't it a bit concerning that overall unique buyers have dropped so significantly?
That's a good point. It could indicate that the market is maturing or even, in a consolidation phase. Larger players are dominating the market while casual buyers step aside.
That imbalance is something to keep an eye on. And then there's the shift across blockchains themselves. Ethereum led NFT sales with $275.6 million, but Bitcoin and Polygon had $74.3 million and $71.6 million, respectively.
Right. And interestingly, while Ethereum's dominance seems unquestionable, Polygon's volume, for instance, fell by 51.1% from the previous month, not to mention BNB Chain's drop of 54%.
Sure, that's a bit of a red flag, isn't it? It definitely is. It brings up the question of sustainability. Are these declines indicative of market saturation on those chains, or maybe just a temporary rebalancing given Ethereum's current momentum?
It's like you have a luxury car in a race, and suddenly the budget cars, they just can't keep up. Ethereum's premium performance seems to overshadow its counterparts.
Yeah, that's a very vivid analogy. Plus, the overall NFT market capitalization growing to over $8 billion from $6.6 billion on July 24th is another testament to, the robust health and expanding influence of the NFT space.
Exactly. That 21% jump in market cap is no small feat. It shows investors and collectors view NFTs as an asset class that's still gaining ground even with the fluctuations in buyer behavior.
True indeed. There's also this dynamic between nurturing high-value collections and the general market trends, right? I mean, while high-value NFT transactions are booming, the drop in overall unique buyers might hint at exclusivity or perhaps a higher barrier to entry.
Yeah, it's like the market is becoming more elitist, Fewer participants, but each transaction is more significant. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it drives up the average value. On the other, it restricts wider participation.
Good point. It does pose challenges in terms of inclusivity. And let's not forget, even though we're celebrating this surge in NFT sales, we need to consider underlying factors like the volatile nature of cryptocurrency prices overall. That surge in Ether, for example, is both a boon and a potential risk if there's a market correction.
Exactly. It's like riding a roller coaster where the highs are exhilarating, but the lows can be pretty daunting. It makes it essential for stakeholders to keep an eye on both the macro and micro trends.
Yeah, balancing risk and reward is the name of the game. Overall, it seems like the NFT landscape is rapidly evolving. With higher average transaction values, a rise in premium collections, and an overall boost in market cap, there's a lot to be optimistic about, don't you think?
Definitely. Though, as always, the market's unpredictable. The trends we're seeing now could very well reshape how NFTs are traded and valued in the near future. It's a dynamic space that rewards those who, adapt quickly.
Indeed. And that ultimately is what makes the NFT world so fascinating. It's like a living organism that continually adapts and grows. Any final thoughts on where this might lead, especially for Ethereum-based collections?
Well, if Ethereum continues to dominate and drive up the value, we could see even more concentrated activity among high net worth collectors. It might also push other blockchains to innovate and improve their offerings.
Right, competition could spur innovation across the board. Exactly. It'll be interesting to see if the shift in buyer dynamics turns into a broader market trend, or if we'll eventually see a rebalance with more unique buyers coming back into play.
For sure, it's an exciting time for the NFT space with many variables at play. And that unpredictability is what really makes these discussions so compelling.
Absolutely. It's the very essence of blockchain's edge. All right, that's a wrap on today's deep dive. Thanks for exploring these dynamic trends with me. Can't wait to see what shifts next month might bring.
Definitely thanks for the chat, and we'll keep our ears to the ground for the next big twist in the NFT saga.